A poet crafts a poem thinking about it as a revelation of something completely his own, private and full of anguish only he can understand. And the reader reads the poem and makes it completely her own, private and full of anguish only she can understand. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. The improbability of wishes. It's 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm alone on this road. You'd moved beside me in bed and asked, "This early?" I'd said, "I can't sleep." You'd sighed and opened up to me. I'd kissed you a little sadly and tucked the quilt under you. There's always a road waiting for one of the lovers to depart. The dark makes me furtive, feel like fugitive without a crime, when what holds me is memory, when I know it's time to move on. I don't know where I was headed, for lovers don't have addresses. They are in the dusk and cusp of night and live only in transition. When the morning would crack the skies, I would be found walking towards its slivers, and when the time to cross the river would come, I would look behind to see if you'd followed. So much of what we do with love is based on such improbable assumptions. So much of what we do in love is based on such improbable assumptions. The saga of love is a play of light and shadow. There is incident, coincidence, an assemblage of adrenalin, a bellowing of blood, a singling out of songs, a resurgence of senses. Love arranges its own arrivals, often as a storm, frequently as a story, most often as winter sun. It rearranges parts of a life. It splinters our days in ways that distance hurts. The desire to be, see, touch, smell, immerse, borders on desperation. For deep inside, every lover knows that embedded in the ecstasy of a love story is its extinction. Sometimes as slow burn, sometimes as a turn on the road, generally as gentle drift, often as an exercise of getting lost. And then the helplessness ensues. Compasses point towards the setting sun. The flowers coalesce into routine. The days stop beckoning. Sunrises only show autumns. But it is as if it's preordained. Just as love is as much a part of life as breathing, separation is its conjoined twin. Why does love wither? Where does it go when it's gone? Are there secret burial grounds for love, epitaph-less, unmarked? Is there a floating cemetery of feelings in heaven for lost love? A consideration for the hurt, commiseration for the haunted, a soul for the homeless. Because the inevitability of drift is in love's DNA. Its loss is in its definition. Its celebration is forever a foretime. But we accept its inevitable tragedy because our life is governed by its presence and gets its mojo from its promise. The journey in life or love then is everything. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. Did you enjoy what you heard? Leave a message on Apple Podcasts and follow Uncut Poetry on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Ghana, JioSaavn, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts from. And remember to share this poem if you liked it with someone you love. See you next week.